Hey, it's Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart here.
Thomas H. Handy, Sazerac, 2023 BTAC Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
Woo, that's a mouthful. We're going to test it.
Best releases of the year style.
Supposed to be powerful. All right. Best releases of the year, you say?
BTAC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, allocated whiskeys.
Sure, look at this. Unopened. You didn't try that one in the store.
Dustin had already had this one.
Woo,
And
look
he
at
thinks
that.
he
Who
thinks it's
doesn't?
better than the Stag.
I hope it is.
That's high expectations.
I'll fight you for this one.
Yeah, if I didn't pay for it myself.
This is another one he paid for by himself. Go see the other one if you want to know info on
We
that.
use dummy
Dummy
funds
funds. We do.
to buy whiskeys.
But
When
we
we
always
do
share
that,
it out. Sometimes
split.
it leads to naked Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yeah.
So when he really wants something, he's
just-
the procurer. He just uses his own
I
money.
buy it myself. And I'm
Yeah,
like, this is mine.
removes the argument. Do I ever get mad about it? Nope.
Nope.
I might go buy my own. Of
Yeah.
course, I wouldn't be able to on this.
Well, there's 5 releases in Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. They do the Stag.
Yes.
They do the Thomas H. Handy.
Zaz.
They do a Sazerac rye.
Sazerac with
Which
heavy
is-
Z.
We did that one. My nephew got that one last year. They bring that one down to like 43% ABV. It came off weak. We didn't like it.
Yeah.
There's there's a Eagle Rare, an older one, a
I
17
like the
year.
Eagle Rare.
We've never had. Well,
I know,
the
but a
BTAC
long
edition,
time ago.
We've never had.
Didn't we have it once long ago?
I've never even seen it.
Holy, never even seen it.
And then
what am I thinking?
William
Well, we
LaRue
have
Weller.
it, but not the BTAC.
Right, Eagle Rare,
okay.
yeah, the 10-year Eagle Rare, not the BTAC.
My fault.
Yeah, and then the William LaRue Weller edition. Usually the Stag and the Weller. Well, the Eagle Rare.
Well, sure.
The Eagle Rare they bring down too. The 17-year, they water it down. The Sazerac they water down.
This has all kinds of velvety vanilla on the nose.
This one,
Velvety vanilla.
again, straight rye whiskey.
Yeah.
62.45% ABV.
Jeez.
So 124.9 proof.
Look at that, though.
We had, several years ago, we had one of these.
It's like I can smell the mouthfeel.
I can remember it was a really different rye. There was, to me, I remember a lot of like cinnamon and ginger.
Okay.
I can remember.
Man, and you do have a cracking memory. Cracking.
Crack?
I can't
I'm not on crack.
No, I can't remember Tuesday. Do you get
Okay.
the velvet? It's like I can. It's like I can smell the mouthfeel. You sure we didn't take some kind of psilocybin or something? How do I smell the mouthfeel?
I'm trying sweeter, but I'm trying to say it really almost has like a bourbon-esque nose.
You mean in the vanilla? I give
Just-
vanillas,
Vanillas and,
caramel.
I mean, it's a little lighter, a little sweeter, but
Yeah.
yeah, caramels, a little bit of brown sugar, a little cinnamon.
There's a little rye pepper in there. I get just a touch of rye pepper. But again, I keep getting velvety mouthfeel, and it's making my mouth water. I'm going in.
Go in. Going in.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Woo.
I was really looking for something different on the nose, not necessarily getting it.
Interesting. I say that too much, but I don't. I don't really get the velvety mouthfeel that I smell. Very nice cola finish, more bourbon-esque, not rye. I'm not really getting a lot of rye notes. You go. You go, Hugo.
I agree with, well, it is velvety. I thought it was velvety right up front, but right there's some orange zest, sweetness really on that tail end, but all those notes leading up to that. Yeah, really coming off as an older rye where the rye notes start to tone down. You do pick up more of the barrel influence, almost bourbon-esque type notes.
Are you getting the
But
cola
sweet.
root beer barrel?
It's yeah,
yeah.
right there. Root beer
In the
barrel
finish.
candy. Orange zest,
Yes.
nice. Looking for baked breads, sometimes you'll get with rye or
Yeah.
rye notes, dill pickle.
I don't get
Not
it.
getting any of that yet. Orange cream, orange zest, orange sickle.
I don't get as much of the cream. I hear you.
Cinnamon spice, but also slight peppery spice.
I thought you were going to say everything nice. It is Christmas time. But you're right. Well, how does it say how old it is? Because it's like a rye that's been tamed. It's like a tamed.
It doesn't say on there. I'm sure it's online. Same as the stag.
Unfiltered.
The release. I think the ages are released, but you kind of have to look it up.
God, look it up. There we go.
Google it. Google it. Great googly booglies.
Google this.
Great finish on this one. Kind of like the stag. The stag was 67%. Didn't feel it. It was hot, but felt a little lower. Same here at 62%. This one feels 57, 58-ish.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah. Very nice. Probably going to get you in trouble because you think you're drinking lower ABV.
Yeah. You hand this to an amateur and they're like, I've only had 4. I can't get up. I can't stand up. You're like, yeah, technically you have had like every 1.5. So you are mistaken, sir.
A little bit drier, a little bit astringent. This one, I can remember the one, and it was 5-6 years ago, at least, probably the other Thomas H. Handy Sazerac that we had. I can really remember that ginger note was different in that one. I'm not getting that at all with this one.
Zaz.
But this is very nice.
It is more of a dry finish, so.
Yeah, a little bit astringent on the back end. I still don't know if I'd say it's better than the stag. I'm a huge stag fan, and I think it delivers that. This is still delicious. This is better than the other one that we had. Which, I mean, there are some differences in these year two.
I like this better than the stag, but this one isn't sending me over the moon either. I mean, I don't feel like I'm getting as much flavor as I am. It doesn't feel like maybe it needs to open, but it feels like the flavor isn't blossoming. Sometimes it'll just keep powering up. This one feels like that astringency takes me off of a cliff and all the flavor stops in the finish. I still get a little bit of the popcorn note in the finish.
I was going to say corn syrup.
Roasted maybe for me. But dry still, very, very dry, astringent finish.
There's a little bit of
even more water.
There was a little bit of a peanut. Peanut and tay-tay. No, again, very good. I like it.
Peanut and tay-tay go way back. A couple gang members.
You don't need the story. Not on here.
I know,
Just
that's
let it
enough.
go.
That's enough. Well, you can't. People be like, why did you say peanut and tay-tay? What's tay-tay? But just let it be known I got in trouble. That's all that needs to be said. Okay, a little more cola on the finish. The water tamed down the astringency for me.
Water is opening this one up, for sure.
Yeah, the water has helped out here. Maybe a little sweeter, too. I really heavily diluted.
Velvety.
Not sure.
I don't know that it's adding any notes that weren't there before neat, but it's definitely kind of expanding the palate. You can just kind of feel it reverberating, per se, throughout. Yeah, reverberating.
I like it better with the water. The water's just improved it probably 2 points on my score. It's a little more sweetness is added in. The astringency is gone. It's not dropping off a cliff anymore. The cola notes have been tamed down, but retain their sweetness in the finish. That's nice.
Yeah.
Still not really. I can just barely get the rye notes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a rye punch.
Right.
Which is the age.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
A little bit older, toning down some of those young, sprightly rye notes.
I used to say back in the day, rye was my entry to American whiskey. I really liked rye first over bourbon. And what I kind of like about it is the younger the rye, kind of like the younger the peat, the more punch it gives. And it's really, you can't miss it. It'll punch you around. This is more subtle on that rye note, but it's good.
All right, 1 drop of water I like, 2 drops I don't.
Really?
Brought down a little bit too
The
far.
2 drops.
I liked a little bit more, a little bit more punch with it. Good.
So this is an 88 for me.
91.
Wow. Okay. It was down at an 86. Neat. I was like, God dang, why am I not? But the water opened it up for me, and maybe being open a little longer, it would do some more stuff. I recognize that.
Yeah.
So
Real good for just cracking the bottle.
it's good. But again, I have no FOMO here at all. I don't feel like I'm missing out. This really isn't in my wheelhouse that I would have to have on my shelf.
$120 retail.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's good. It's worth it.
it's all right. So
Yeah.
you can go to Patreon. If you want to help support the Dummies, you can go in and support for as little as $1 a month. You can do $1 video. You can do 2, 3. You can even make up your own number and cap it wherever you like. If you do support for at least $2, we'll shout your name with gusto. We need to do some more name shouting. I thought we had one more person show up, but we can do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. You can buy glasses, coins, shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff. It helps support the show, keeps the lights on, keeps the whiskey coming.
Do it. Do it. Scotch it. You scotch. Yeah.
Cilantro.
Dummies.
Dummies.